Hello, EO Live. Happy Wellness Wednesday. I'm Nova, and tonight I'm going to talk about focus and concentration with essential oils and other doTERRA products. So I chose this topic because this is not only my first introduction to doTERRA back in 2016. This was one of the first health concerns that I talked to my wellness advocate about before I knew what EOs could even do. And also because this is something that my family deals with daily, my children, my husband, and myself, and something that essential oils continue to help us with every day. So I thought, surely, whether you have a diagnosed condition that requires some attention, or if somebody in your family does, or if this is not a diagnosed thing, it's just something that you deal with occasionally for work, for a meeting, for a project, for school. Everybody has times when you need to clear your mind and get down to business and focus. So I just want to tell you how you can do that. So let me go back to my first experience with essential oils. When I first went to an oils class, the wellness advocate, Kim Paolucci, in this group, I didn't know her at all yet. And she reached out to me and she said, before you come to this class, let me know if you have any health conditions and, for you or your family, and how can I help you? So at the time, my son was back in kindergarten and he'd been having some behavioral issues in school. He had not been diagnosed with anything at the time, but I asked her, is there something that could help him calm down and focus? And she made me a roller bottle. I have one here to show you, like a homemade roller bottle with 3 oils, which I'll talk about later. And she told me where to put that on him. And that was the first experience I had with oils. So that is kind of why this topic is special to me. And it did help him. Since then, I'll get into his story a little bit, but since then, years down the road, he has been diagnosed with an attention deficit issue, and we've tried prescription drugs. Currently, he's not on anything because it had some bad side effects and it wasn't really helping him, honestly. So I'm not saying that we'll never go that route again, but I do definitely use essential oils internally and topically on him, and they are helping. So anyway, hi, some people are joining me. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so let me get started with why essential oils can help in this area. So our limbic system regulates our emotions and our memories. So have you ever had a smell trigger a memory, either from last week, last month, or way back in your childhood? So that's how our brain stores things, and it can be connected with smell. So this can be very useful if you are studying for something or cramming for a project, a presentation, or a test. And then you use some of these oils while you're doing that. And then when you smell that smell again, when it comes down to recalling that knowledge, that smell can help trigger the memory and help you tap into that knowledge. So that's pretty awesome how our brain links it. I've definitely experienced that in my life. And I've also experienced how aromas can invigorate you and wake you up and kind of bring you into a moment. So think of, maybe it's like a citrusy, bath soap in the morning, or a shampoo smell that wakes you up, or maybe it's your cup of coffee, or another one I'm thinking of is peppermint or spearmint, how that can help you kind of get a boost and feel invigorating and wake you up. So one thing you can do is take a citrus oil. I'm going to use wild orange, and then take some kind of minty oil, spearmint or peppermint. I'm using peppermint. And you can take these 2. You don't even need any electricity. You don't need a diffuser. You can have this just with you. And I'm going to put 1 drop of each. I just got 2. Ooh, I'm going to be really focused. 1 drop of each in your palms. Rub them together. And you just take a big inhale when you cup it over your mouth and your nose. We call this our caffeine bomb, or our cup of coffee. So what it's doing, the citrus oil is boosting my serotonin production, and it's also reducing my stress hormone, norepinephrine. So that is awesome. That's going to wash away all of those bad feelings and you know, a lot of times if those are clogging up your mind, that's going to keep you from focusing on the task at hand. And the peppermint at the same time is invigorating me. It is triggering my hippocampus to relieve any mental fatigue. It's saying, wake up. The kids at our elementary school actually are given little peppermints to eat when they do the state testing. So, you know, when they do those standardized tests during the year, our school actually distributes mints so that, so I just think that's awesome that they're using that. They're using the power of peppermint to help them wake up and stay focused when they're test taking. So that is just something you guys can do. You can also use the peppermint touch roller, or you can make your own roller and like rub it on your forehead for an energy boost and keep that in your bag or something. And I'm going to post a link to this, but if you guys get the Living magazine, there is an online version for those who don't get it. The doTERRA Living, in the spring issue, they just had an article on using essential oils in the classroom. So I thought, how timely. And they do mention that at test time, how oils like black pepper and vetiver are good for alertness. And it has a whole section on taking off the edge using the uplifting effects of peppermint. Awesome. All ties in. Okay, so another way that my kiddos use their essential oils when they're at school is either through diffuser jewelry, like a necklace that I'm wearing, or my son has a little, this one right here, a braided paracord bracelet, which absorbs the oils really well. If you don't have diffuser jewelry, you can still put a drop of oil, either diluted on them, or you can put it like on their sleeves, on their collar, so, you know, even in your hair, and smell that throughout the day. Okay, so what I've done tonight is I have my water diffuser, which is a lovely way to use your oils to set an atmosphere when you know that you need to focus on something. So you can just start diffusing maybe 15 minutes beforehand and just start setting the atmosphere and diffuse it into the air. So this is a great way to use a few drops of oil, cost-effective way to get it going throughout the air and enjoy the aromatic effects of the essential oil. So let me tell you some oils that are really good for focus and concentration. Basil and rosemary, those two herbs are very good for mental clarity. My husband actually likes to diffuse rosemary with some lemon in his home office when he isn't feeling, you know, focused. So he always asks me, he'll say something like, oh, I'm just just feel kind of, I have a lot to do today. I'm just kind of like all up in the air. Like and I'm like, do you need something? Do you want something in the diffuser? And he's like, oh, well, maybe. So, but he does actually tell me when it helps him. So I'll tell you about a blend that he uses later and how that helped him be super productive one day. Okay, so another one, basil, rosemary, Douglas fir. I'm looking at some notes here. So like the deep grounded roots of a fir tree, this is how you can remember things with like wood oils. They often act that same way to us. So think of like the grounded roots of a fir tree. The aroma is also going to give you that grounding focus. Like I'm like, okay. Ironically, eucalyptus is another good one to clear your mind, chase away those tense feelings, just like our citrus oils do. And so the blend that my husband likes to use, those were all single oils. There's a blend that doTERRA has already blended for us called, get this, the Focus Blend. We also call it the Study Blend sometimes, but it is in tune, the Focus Blend. There we go. And hey, my stuff isn't backwards tonight. I'm actually on my laptop tonight because I searched for like 20 minutes for my phone little tripod that I usually use. I do see that the lighting's going in and out, but anyway, I had to resort to the laptop. Meanwhile, my husband made me, MacGyver style, made me a little phone caddy thing, which maybe I'll use tomorrow morning in our Empower Wellness group because I have to do a video in the morning. But he handed this to me right before I went live, and it's like, you are a good man. He just like MacGyvered me up a little thing. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Anyway, but that's why I'm noticing things aren't reversed like they usually are on my phone. You're going to be like, Nova, you are really getting off task, and get back to the topic of this video, which is focus. Okay, Blair says she loves Intune, just to get your boss's story. Yes, okay, yeah. I think you might have been the one that started giving me all the recommendations for Intune. It's very heavy on like the patchouli smell. I also smell the lime in it a lot. But you know, if you like those smells, there's some ylang ylang, Hawaiian sandalwood, Roman chamomile, a lot of like super expensive oils, frankincense. So it's a lot cheaper to just buy the blend that has it all together. This is not diluted in any way, so it's just those pure oils. Anyway, so Intune, my husband either puts some of this in the diffuser in his office. It is a roller, but you can always pop the top off of a roller and still, you know, put it in the diffuser that way. Or he can just use it topically. And one day he didn't think it had worked. He just kind of forgot that it was the day he'd used it. And I swear, like the next morning, he was like, I got so much done yesterday. I don't even know what I'm going to work on today. And I'm like, oh yeah, because didn't we diffuse some Intune in your office yesterday? It's like, oh. So it really does help you get things done. And it smells lovely. So there's also now a kids version of the Intune. And when I talk about the kid rollers, they're pre-diluted rollers, just like our Touchline, which the kids can of course use also, but they've used some gentler oil. So it's just kind of an alternative. And there's no reason why adults can't use these too. There's a lot of the kid lines that I love, but this is the Kids Focus Blend and it's called Thinker. And it has, I cannot see the lighting in here, but I believe it has peppermint. It has vetiver, peppermint, clementine, there's your citrus, and rosemary, which I talked about earlier. And it has a really nice smell. So I do put this on my son sometimes. I put a lot of different things on him, so I'll talk about some of those. But anyway, so Intune and Thinker are going to help you with those cohesive thoughts and just help you be more productive. So topically on my son, I like to use a lot of grounding oils. So I use like vetiver, I use the Peace blend, because that's very heavy on the calming, like vetiver and lavender. That one he has almost every day. He does Peace on the back of his neck, like kind of behind his ears. Another good place to put these oils would be actually on your big toe, because that reflexology wise links to your brain. So it's going to get it to your brain the fastest. So vetiver, Peace, frankincense, copaiba, cypress, and marjoram. Actually, that first roller bottle that I mentioned at the beginning of this video that Kim had made me for my son was marjoram, cypress, and vetiver. The vetiver is a really thick oil on its own. So you might want like a dropper cap for it. If I were to show you, it would probably take a while for one drop to come. Yeah, it takes a while, but it's from a grass, and it has a really, I mean, I now love the smell. A lot of people don't love the smell. So if you want to get the benefits of vetiver without diffusing it directly or using it, you know, by itself, Peace oil again is really a good blend that's heavy on the vetiver oil. So let's see. So just, you know, there's lots of different combos you can use, play around with it. Everybody's bodies are different, so see what works best for you topically. Let's see. I'm going to move on to internally. Do you have any questions? Sarah says, I'm doing the live just for you. I was just thinking of you, Sarah, when I was holding the vetiver upside down, because Sarah called me one day and she's like, it is so ironic that the oil that's good for ADD takes forever to get the drop out. I'm going to throw this bottle across the room if I can't get it to come out. Like, you are right. I love you. But she's right. Unfortunately, you have to be very patient to get the vetiver, but look it up. You can, you know, Google these studies. Vetiver has been found scientifically to help kids with ADD. So I don't feel like I'm being non-compliant saying that. There really have been studies for that. That is like need number one. And it's good stuff. So actually, Monica in this group also, big fan of vetiver at her office. Somebody spilled their bottle one day at work and everybody had the most productive day. And I think she has since then like enrolled, you know, most of her coworkers, and they all love the vetiver. So anyway, this has taken a turn to be a big sales push for vetiver, but anyway, it's a good one. Okay, so moving on to internal use. Melissa oil is one that no matter how old you are, you could take internally just every day in a veggie cap for cognitive health and memory. So that's one that you could start if you want just one to take as a supplement. We also have a lot of supplements that doTERRA has provided us with. First one I want to talk about is Mito 2 Max. The Mito is mitochondrial health. Think of that. So it's good for not only an energy supplement, that's usually how we talk about it. It's like a substitute for energy drinks. It's a quick, boost in the afternoon or in the morning for energy, but it is also more than energy and stamina. It is great for your mitochondrial health. It can improve mild memory problems and attention span and mental performance. So Mito 2 Max, awesome for this topic. Another one would be, what's next? The Serenity soft gels. Why, might you ask? Well, don't you feel like you are way on top of your game a morning after you've had a good night's sleep? So our restful complex, which is safe enough to, it's not going to like put you in this groggy sleep. There are plenty of people that use this for anxious feelings and take it in the morning as well. So it's not like a sleep aid, but it is our restful complex because it really helps you just relax and get a nice deep sleep. So I feel that when I take this, I dream more. So I'm not sure if it's putting me into a deeper sleep, but it's not necessarily like making me fall asleep faster. I don't really know how it works. It's lavender based. It's just lovely. And I do feel like I am more on top of my game after I have a restful night's sleep. So 2 of those before bed could help you on a day that you really have to focus. Another one I want to talk about, actually 2 of these are the PB Assist and the Terrazyme. So this is your enzyme, and this is enzymes, I should say, and this is probiotics. So these I want to talk about because gut health really plays a key role in our overall health, right? So it plays a key role in how we function. So the Terrazyme is going to help break down your food. When we eat processed foods, our body often doesn't know what to do with it. It's not breaking it all down. You're not getting the nutrients out of the food. So it's helping you absorb the nutrients, which are also going to give you more focus and concentration and basically that, absorbing the nutrients. That's all I'll say about that at the moment, because I don't want to make this go on and on for days, but you can take that with every meal. You can just take it once a day if you want. It's also really great for any kind of like bloating, gas, that kind of stuff. So you can take it as needed for that. But when we're talking focus and concentration, like take them on a regular basis and help your body that way. The probiotics, that's really important for gut health too. So it's going to give you the prebiotic, which the probiotic can feed on, and the probiotic won't break down until it gets to your intestines. I mean, the pill won't break down, so the probiotics get to where they need to be. It's a wonderful product. I feel like it's helped my family's immunity, and also you got to stay healthy to be able to focus and get everything done too. So I think those are really important. And in conjunction with that, the Lifelong Vitality Pack, specifically the Omega supplement in it, which is the XEO Mega. There's also a vegan version of the Lifelong Vitality Pack. But I take these, and the Omega supplement is really great for your brain health. Okay, so it's those fatty acids that we need. There's also one for kids, and my son takes that. It's a liquid. The IQ Mega is the kid version of that. And no fishy burps. It has your omegas 3, 6, and 9 fatty acids. It gives you the ratio that we should be eating. So like in our diets, we should be eating a 1-to-1 ratio of omega-6 and omega-3, but with all the hydrogenated oils and things like that in our diet, most of us realistically are getting a ratio of about 15-to-1. So we're not getting all those fatty acids that we need. It's not something that our bodies produce, so we're really only going to get them from our diet. So if you're not, living on a healthy diet of sushi and stuff, a omega supplement is really awesome. So actually, side story again, but when my son was first diagnosed, they prescribed a a liquid omega supplement. And I was like, okay, that sounds great. This was before I even knew doTERRA had such a thing. I was very new to doTERRA at the time. And it turned out that our insurance didn't cover it, and it was going to be like almost $100 a month. I wasn't sure if it was really ever going to do anything, and I wasn't sure if he'd even like the taste of it, because my previous experience with omega supplements, they didn't really taste great because it comes from marine life usually. So I was like, are we really going to do this? Then I found that doTERRA has the IQ Mega for kids. It has like no taste. It's amazing. I did some research on where it's sourced and how it's sourced and from what it's from, and I really trust it. And it's way cheaper. So little side note, when you order Lifelong Vitality Pack through the Loyalty Rewards program, which is an optional add-on to your wholesale membership, you can tack on extra supplements for way cheaper. So I get the kid vitamins, I get the IQ Mega, I can get my probiotics that way, and my Terrazyme and other things that way. So it's great. I guess enough about that. And one little thing in closure I want to mention is, well, if you're watching this and you're not already a wholesale member, please talk to the wellness advocate who invited you to EO Live, because she will gladly help you understand it, first of all, understand why you're seeing retail prices and wholesale prices and what that means. It's really just like a BJ's membership or a Costco membership. It's not like any kind of commitment to ever buy again, but it's a way to get the same discount that we get, which is 25% off. So that's really how we want everybody to save money and buy. And you can do that without even paying a membership fee if you buy any of the enrollment kits. So what I wanted to say real quick is there are a lot of different enrollment kits, and of course your wellness advocate can help you choose which one would be the most sense for you to get started with, money-wise and needs-wise. But also right now, doTERRA has a new enrollment kit called the Daily Healthy Habits Kit, and it has the Lifelong Vitality Pack, the Terrazyme, the probiotics, a bunch of our favorite oils like frankincense, balance, lemon, lavender, I think maybe deep blue. It has a lot of great things. It's just a really good buy, and we were all really excited about it because it's a new set. So be sure to ask your wellness advocate about that one, the Daily Healthy Habits. Anytime you buy a kit, it waives your membership fee, so you have that 25% discount for the rest of the year, even after you buy the kit at wholesale as well. Okay, I think I've covered everything, but I don't know, because I honestly didn't roll on any of the stuff beforehand, so maybe I didn't focus enough. Anyway, let me know if you have any questions, and I'll check out the comments later. Thanks for joining me, and we'll have another class next Wednesday. We're always here with Wellness Wednesday classes on Wednesday nights at 8:30 Eastern. Thanks so much for joining me. It's been my pleasure to talk about this topic tonight with you guys. Bye.